Welcome back. Today we got to replace the frame cylinder on a 450 or a 550 BSA Carif saw. As you can see here, it's gotten snapped off into shipment. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace this cylinder, and then we're going to show you also in the next episode on how to bleed the system to get the air purged out of the system once you replace the cylinder or do any hydraulic repairs. So first thing is right here is a replacement cylinder. We stock these in-house, so you have your parts. What you're going to need is a 22mm wrench, snap ring pliers, and some wire cutters. First, we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut the zip tie that's holding the hose to the framework. We'll remove it. Then what we're going to do next, we're going to break the bolt here from the hose, so that way we could go ahead and remove the hose. You're going to lose some hydraulic fluid, but that'll be okay because we're going to check the hydraulic fluid. So you take it, break it loose. And once it's broke loose, what I'm going to suggest to do is get the other cylinder ready to put on. So we're going to lay it here so that way I could remove the hose from this cylinder and go directly right over into the other one without losing a lot of hydraulic oil. So I'll snug that back down. So now we can lay this hydraulic frame here. It's going to come with new washers to replace. With this unit being a brand new one, we're going to go ahead and remove those also and put them on here. Okay, so now I've got the washers replaced on the hose, so I'm going to go ahead and swap it over to the new cylinder. So once it's snug, then we could just go ahead and lay the cylinder off to the side here, or down inside this. Then we're going to take our snap ring pliers and we're going to remove the snap ring, remove the old cylinder, then slide the new cylinder on in its place. Okay, so once we got the snap ring removed here, now we could go ahead and remove the cylinder. Slides off just like that. Before we install the new cylinder properly, we'll just go ahead and slide this one on. Just let it lay down. And then that way, because we'll have to take this block. So once we slide the block off, you can see that the nut and there's a washer behind it. With the new cylinder, you don't get this washer, so you're going to have to use this washer. So when you remove this nut and pull out the threads, unscrew the threads, make note of how many threads, how deep those threads are in, so you could duplicate putting that amount of threads back into this block, and that'll give you the close reference, and then you will have to fine tune it whenever the saw is up and running.
Perfect. Second. Okay, you're good.
As you can see, it's right about an inch of thread into the block. So once we have the jam nut down to the proper length, slide the washer, taking consideration the thickness of the washer. You can see we have about an inch of thread sticking out. We'll just hold the cylinder up, take the block, and we'll screw it back on. Once we get it down, snug to it, make sure that the hole's lined up. We don't want to tighten this up. We'll tighten that up when we get it powered up and operate. So once the block is on, slide the cylinder back off some to where we could get this, and then you'll have to align the arm of the motor and saw to line it all up properly. Okay. So once you have the cylinder back on, slid all the way back to the arm, and everything's proper on the other end, go ahead and tighten up your hose. Snug down because it does have brass copper washers. And then we're going to install the snap ring back on it. There is no snap ring on the other end, just on this end. Now we're ready to go ahead, fire up the machine, cycle the motors up to get the hydraulic oil into the cylinder and get all the air system out. And then we could adjust the cylinder to do its proper cut.